The way I know you, bro, you like a XXX mixed with a Takashi 69 mixed with a white school kid in the basement, and then there's some Jamaican in there.
What?
Yeah, you got like Takashi XXX, a school shooter, and Jamaican inside of you. You're like a
Man,
final version cell or some shit, bro.
man, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, and
We live now, by the way,
I'm, niggas be always comparing me to X too. I'm gonna be 100. I body X, yo. I'm just
bro. I'm
being
gonna be
real.
100 right now too. I think your body X I needed a week,
I'm body X, nigga. My voice is way deeper than X too. Like,
bro. It's like people don't understand what I say when I be preaching about you. Every now and then I be going on like rants and shit on Snapchat or Facebook sometimes, just stuff here and there. And every time I mention you in there, one way or another, and no one understands what I mean. Compare you to X, or all top niggas right now. Who do we start with? Shit, X,
the
X, right?
top dude.
Top dude is X right now, right? X, I would say X is like on a decline because of the way his promotion has been last few weeks, and the numbers and everything don't lie either. But it's like compare you to X, shit. It's like lyrically, I know you can do better. I know as a fact because I know you on a personal shit. Like we be
Right.
talking about all kinds of weird shit. I know lyrically you can go much deeper than what X can, because
Right.
X has his limitations. X thinks he is the center of everything. He thinks he's Ubermensch. That's a bad place to be in. I don't support that at all. Knowing you personally and knowing the kind of journeys you be going on, I know lyrically you can body bag him easy. It's not even
That
an issue.
yeah, that's why I said, nigga, the shit that I just put out, like that's not even the deepest shit. That's not even the deepest
What I
stuff
tell
I've
you when you
been
made it,
through.
I said it's good, but this ain't your best work. I need 100%. This is like 5%. I would say
Yeah,
it's less
and
than
niggas,
five.
mainstream niggas can't even come out with that kind of shit.
Like and most of it people don't understand, bro. You didn't necessarily write all of it. A lot of it was a freestyle and whatever came to your mind. You did not really sit down and spend 2 3 hours writing it. You never really sit your ass down somewhere while meditating and shit, smoking or whatever else, writing down tracks. You're not that kind of person. And I don't remember it. Maybe
I
divided a
mean,
little bit.
what's it called? Nowadays, nigga, you can't even write like music comes out so fucking fast nowadays. Like you can't even, because when you spend, if you literally spending your whole time writing all your shit word for word, like you don't even think about the lines and shit in your verse. You don't even in your head. You don't even freestyle. You don't even practice freestyling shit. Like if you just write all your shit, that takes a lot of fucking time, bro.
It does. That's why I'm
Like too
excited
much
about
time.
the other project, the one supposed to be out next. Not the other one you told me about recently. The one you're gonna put on next, as in with hits. I mean the big one, the one you talked about a few times. Because
Wait, whoa, which one?
you know the one
Which
you've been working on since last year now.
which
The
one with
one
hits?
you were not even sure about the concept at the time. It was like a big ass project. It was gonna be better than this one you put out. But it was about like similar kind of stuff, deep stuff. The one when your other side comes out. Remember the one you told me about? I forgot the name of it. You said like some I forgot the name of it. The one which is we're gonna be on a different SoundCloud, uh, under a different name altogether.
Oh, that you're looking forward to that one?
Yeah, because I know
Oh,
like you. I mean, ever since I've known you, you've been interested in that stuff. But last say 1 year or something, you paid more attention to that side of things, and
right.
you do be doing research into it every single day nonstop. Like whenever we talk, we're learning something new. Uh, like few months ago, you were interested into Egyptian mythology. Then you jumped from that to at that time Mesopotamian, then to some others. Like I know you be jumping a lot. You're learning a lot every day, and I know you have been thinking about that project for like a year plus now. And I know that your knowledge is deep enough now to where you can write about it and have it make sense and deliver a message. And I know as a fact that when you do take that one seriously, you will actually take your time to write it. It's not just going to be a normal thing because you take that stuff seriously.
Right.
So that one I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah, and these are gonna take like this is gonna definitely be better quality because I'm gonna be selling this shit. So,
For sure. And the next one you got planned up, the one you're supposed to release next. Yeah, that one for sure better quality because you've been practicing mastering and producing and everything for a year now. That's why it took so long, I would say, because your computer shit happened, then a new platform, learning everything from the scratch. I mean, you can see the difference between Divided and, let's say, Saddening Hours back when you dropped that shit
yeah,
to some other ones.
Divided was the first oh, fuck. Divided was the first song I recorded on that bitch. I barely even I barely even mixed that
Yeah,
shit when I look back at it. But
you didn't exactly. And then like in this project, a lot of them tracks have got way better. Like part two of well, actually a lot of them because Divided. I wasn't expecting you to put that one in. The late night tunes, if you look at the quality of them compared to Divided, it's different. It's not the same. The sound is not the same.
yeah,
It's more pleasing to the ears. In Book of Samsara, you drop like gems, I would say, from my perspective. But that's if you sit down and listen to them deep. I think Book of Samsara's quality overall was for sure better than your last few stuff, last few things you've been dropping. I think Word of Osiris as a track was OP as hell. I've been telling you about that for a while. It sounds different. It doesn't sound the same. It's not you. It
hmm
is you while not being you. I don't know how to put it in words. It's so different while being you. It's like a different side of you, which you did explain to me. You know, it really was a different side of you. And it's like even your voice has more passion. And the way you spit that entire track, bro, it's just different. It's not the same as normal you. You put more passion into that track than every other track. Not, I wouldn't say the rest are below it, but that track and the other one, the one freestyle, Delfino freestyle, those two
yeah,
tracks, it's like a different energy behind them. They're not normal. It's like something to control it for you when we're spitting for you.
I get
On
you.
some creepy nigga shit. But yeah,
Yeah,
the fire water ones are pretty good too. I like them too,
yeah,
especially
yeah. I was
self
just
hatred.
trying to, yeah, I was just trying to put together something good. So I was trying to do,
Yeah, this
and
just a
also,
playlist.
yeah, and also get a message across. Like people, I think a lot the very important piece of that shit is the fucking intro too. Like
Yeah, I have to.
if you listen to
Personally,
the
I heard that
intro,
intro 4 or 5 times before I've moved on, because for me, when I was looking at this project when it came out, first the intro was there, and I was like, "Yo, why would he put an intro there if it had no meaning behind it?" So at first, when I heard it, I didn't really focus as much, but then I had
mm,
to replay it a couple of times because I was like, "Yo, I'm probably missing some type of message." And then when I got that
yeah,
message, I moved on to the next stuff.
yeah, there's definitely a message in that shit, bro. Like,
And I think a lot of people who were listening, because I was looking at the plays and everything too, I think a lot of people missed out on that. Uh, I don't think the people quite understood what that was, because if they would have understood that, they would have worked their way up to long lasting wives for sure, at least.
nah, trust me. A lot of people like this is the thing about this is why I try to dumb this shit down to where like people that don't have this information can still understand it to some extent. If a fucking normal person listens to that fucking intro, they won't understand what the fuck the man just said. Trust me.
For sure, for sure. Bro, a lot of like lyricism was also missed. Bro, when you said that shit with wake up every morning, the flame don't seem the same, I was like, yo, bro, what's this shit? I had to play that shit back a couple of times because stuff like that, bro, people don't understand the meaning behind it. It's like if you listen to the beat of that track, it's not supposed to be a deep track, but it still is a deep track. A lot of the stuff you were saying had real meaning, like the fire in your eyes stuff. The fire in your eyes represents a couple of different things from motivation to your prescriptions to other elements of your life. It's not just as simple as it's saying the fire in my eyes. It's not as simple as it's saying I wake up every morning, the flame don't seem the same. Even that line itself has got a couple of meanings. We discussed them a couple of times. And I think, yeah, a lot of people, I think it also comes down to them not necessarily knowing you, though. Because to understand where you're coming from, to understand what you're trying to say, a lot of the times, these people need to know you. And
Right?
I don't think a lot of them know you. You know what I'm trying to say?
No, for sure.
That's what I
People
saw
just
with
don't
Cole as
understand
well.
this information. You just don't understand this information.
For sure, for
Like
sure.
like a nigga will listen to Word of Osiris. Probably the most important thing I said in that fucking track was what's it called? Saturn is Satan. That's probably the most important shit I said, nigga. And
Yeah,
niggas
and
will
then
hear this and they
go
won't
ahead.
even understand it.
I agree with you for sure. I mean, the thing is, bro, that with your music, it's for now, anyways, because I know the new one coming up is going to be more out there for everyone. The message behind it, not many people really look into it. It's a very small portion of even the awoke side. Not many people do what me and you do, because we have people don't realize, bro. We took a year plus off because we were working on us on ourselves. Every day we were making progression. We had questions, so many different questions, and the answers were so hard to find. We were literally questioning our own existence. And
Right.
me and you went through the phase where we even thought we weren't real as a whole. And we started to see a lot of demons within us, especially you, especially with the time being what it was with your work situations and everything else. It was like that year we took off, it wasn't just a thing with um, we being lazy and suddenly taking it off. It was a lot of it was to do with progression itself. And we spent a year straight into this line of thinking, the one percenter line of thinking. I mean, it's like bro, we were for real reading text in different languages. Bro, I spent a year learning Nubin just so I can read some text to gain some
Mhm.
type of knowledge and stuff. It's like we spent a lot of time reflecting on ourselves, reflecting on who we are, and asking ourselves deep philosophical questions, questioning our own existence, what happiness is, what is our real name and stuff. And a lot of people kind of would miss the point you were trying to make with those tracks and the message you were trying to deliver with Saturn Time. And when you talked about Venus in a previous thing, it was just like a reference, quick reference, and just stuff to do with that line of thinking. They would miss the point of it because they haven't spent a year thinking about the stuff we both thought about. Let's not forget.
It's not even that, nigga. Like most of the people that if most of the people right now in America mostly because most fucking Americans are asleep. Niggas most niggas will learn this information and they won't even be able to comprehend this shit. Like they will literally go insane.
For real, bro, me and you, uh, at first we were kind of going insane.
Exactly. But this is the thing. Like that's the process that you have to go through. Most people don't get through that process. Most people usually
Exactly,
commit suicide or whatever.
exactly. And I'm not going to lie, bro. I might have contemplated that a few times here and there, but then the knowledge itself was also kind of helpful. It's like a great philosopher once said, when you gain true knowledge, with it comes a lot of consequences to your actions. And
Right.
whether you can deal with that or not is what decides who you really are. If you can't deal with it, then you were not a thinker. You were not supposed to be handed that knowledge down. That's the curse of knowledge. It brings more problems. Biggie said, more money, more problems. I say, the more you think, the more problems you start to discover. It's not a simple lifestyle at all. But then again, we question our own existence. That's a different level now.
You
Because,
know what I realized? You
hmm,
you learn this shit, right? So you learn all this secret information and shit, all this knowledge of self. You wake up,
yeah.
but the downside is obviously you fucking wake up and it's like you're surrounded by ignorance. Like
And
I tell
also,
a
bro, we
nigga,
feel numb.
huh?
We feel numb, bro. We start to,
Right. Like I,
we don't, it's like no one can understand what we're saying, bro. Oftentimes, it's like there is no exit. Everything we think is in there. Nothing can come out. We can't discuss with anyone what our consciousness wants to discuss with them. We don't understand emotion on the same level as them. Our goals are different. Like we don't have materialistic goals anymore. Uh, we ain't focusing on money. Money is secondary. It's not the first thing.
Right.
And a lot of people around us, when they hear our point of view, when they get to talk to us, at first they're like, "Yo, nigga, you deep," but then they're like, "Oh my God, bro, you crazy?" Because of what you just said. I'm like, bro, nah, I ain't crazy. It's just that,
No, nigga. One
yeah,
that's exactly that's it. It's they call you crazy once you say something that goes against their beliefs. Like the moment you say something crazy that they don't fucking agree with, they call you crazy for that shit.
exactly.
Like I tell this fucking I got so many Christians. I know so many Christians and shit, right? One nigga, I asked this nigga, "Do you believe in talking snakes?" And that nigga said no. And I was like, "What do you mean the fucking snake? The
That's the,
snake in the
that's a
fucking
major.
Genesis,
That's
the
major.
snake in
What you
Genesis
mean?
fucking spoke. So how do you believe? How do you believe that
It's
Genesis
like
is literally factional or not factional?
fictional,
Factual.
factual.
How do you believe that Genesis is literally and it's not fucking literally fictional? It's all a parable and
It's
shit, right?
metaphorical. I'd say
Right.
it's a lot of it's metaphorical, but it's like, how could you believe in something you have no idea about? How could you believe in what you have never even read? I bet you any money that nigga
Right.
did not, bro. I was as you know, I be doing my shit on Discord now a lot. I stopped from it recently,
Yeah.
but every time that's why I was on it so much because it was beyond comprehension type shit, bro. I was sitting there with people who believed in stuff, which when I questioned about, they were like, "Yo, you crazy? You think I believe this?" But I'm like, "Yeah, you do, bro, because you just said it." It's just that I'm pointing out something which is stated in your book. If you don't believe in that, then how could you believe in the religion itself? Like Jews and stuff, they have the concept of Amalek. Amalek is descendant of like devil and stuff. It's like evil, and the Jews like to label different races Amalek. Right now, it's me and you. So it's like I was talking to a Jew one time, and I'm talking about the concept of Amalek and why it's even present there. And this guy had no idea what even Amalek was. Like, so, cause you believe in something you have no idea about. Why is that
Dude,
the case?
it's because people don't do their fucking research. Like if if people didn't only go to the mainstream and they actually did their research, like that's what the internet's for. There's a lot of bullshit on the internet, but there's also a lot of truth. So all you got to do is your own fucking research.
Yeah,
Start
it's
going to
like
truth and shit.
exactly. It's all about truth.
Like
You
you
know,
see people saying the Bible is literally true. You got to be an idiot. Like I don't even want to offend religious people, but you got to be an idiot to believe that fucking humanity started by a fucking woman eating an apple. Like what the fuck?
exactly,
Come on, bro.
exactly, bro. Another thing is that like this is why I respect you so much more. You remind me of Socrates. It's a philosopher, you know about, I think.
Yeah,
So the thing with him was, bro, that back in his time, when he started to question others, they started to scrutinize him. They started to demonize him. They started to feel victimized, and they gave him death penalty at the end. But entire time he was trying to aid them. With you, when you make your music, now I gave your shit to some people here and there, and they were listening, and they were like, "Yo, he crazy." I'm like, "Nah, bro, it's not that. He's giving you knowledge." He's like, he's trying to give you some knowledge you have never heard before. He's trying to educate you, and they would think that you are crazy, and they dismiss everything you say instantaneously. And that is something which is very apparent nowadays in our society. The moment you, as an individual, try to make a difference, try to teach, try to educate, people instantaneously call you crazy. They brand you crazy, and they leave you there on the side, and they avoid you like you're the plague. Like touching you will give them cancer or something, which don't make sense
yeah,
to me. It's like we live in a generation of sheeps, generation filled with sheeps. Everyone is following the crowd, and the moment you leave that crowd, you're considered crazy. Or you're about to die soon, son, because you left us. Without us, you're nothing. They don't understand that me and you individually, them, anyone watching individually, we all are the real captains of our own ship. We can do what we want to do, and our life is not decided by some woman eating an apple. We're not born sinners. See what I mean? Because that's the basis of Christianity. We are all born sinners. You drink the Christ's blood because that's supposed to save you. The Christ came back to save you because unless he did that, you are all cursed. You're going straight to hell. All because of a woman eating an apple. That's not really the
Right.
case in this reality. That's not how stuff is. Me and you can be what we want to be. It's our choices and how much effort we put in it.
The Bible is so deep, man. People don't understand. Like if you look past the story and look at it from a allegorical sense or metaphorical sense, you'll fucking find keys. Trust me.
Exactly.
Niggas don't want to look into this shit, man. They're too busy, man. They gotta pay their bills, you know. They got kids to fucking raise and shit.
For sure. That's that's another thing. Park once said, remember? He said you have until 18 or 20, one of the two, until you have a chance to make it. Because when you reach your 30s and stuff, you are invested so much in the system that
You
you no
can't
longer
break
have a
out,
voice. You can't break out of it no
bro.
more.
You can't break out. You're too. That's why I'm saying, like adults, bro. Adults are the hardest to fucking because they've been indoctrinated in the system for so long. It's hard for them to fucking wake up to this shit. And if they do wake up to this shit, they'll go insane. Just like that nigga
Exactly.
Neo. Like when that nigga Neo woke up, that nigga was going insane.
He was going insane and shit. And yeah, I remember that part, bro. It was a very cool part in there. But
Right.
at the same time, everyone is living in Venus times. It's just that me and you happen to be phoenixes who were able to resurrect, who were able to bring out a different person within ourselves. I don't know why that
Right.
was the case. Maybe that was because of our age. I don't know. But let's not forget, for everyone else, metaphorically, it's Venus time right now. They're gonna chase that moolah real quick, cause if they don't chase that money, if they don't chase lust and women and all that kind of stuff, society will never accept them anymore. And to a lot of people, acceptance is the first goal in their mind. That's the only thing they care about. Acceptance, status, and how many bitches they can have and how much money they make. That's all people care about.
That's another important bar that I made on my fucking shit. I said, an outcast to fakes. Why do you want acceptance from fake people? I don't get that shit.
Exactly. Why?
Like all these niggas want is money, materialistic fame and shit. Why do you doesn't make any sense, right? But people are too caught up in this shit.
You remember Capital Steez and his situation
Huh?
back in the day?
Huh?
How he used to talk about how people around him were kind of
Wait, who?
fake. Capital Steez.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day when Steez used to, in his tracks, talk about the fake love and stuff, and how he was kind of growing tired of it. And not just him, you have Nas, you have Pac, and all of these other rappers, even Kendrick, talking about this thing around them. And even you have, what they call it, J. Cole, in his interviews with Lil Pump and everyone recently, they all talk about this thing with fake people being around them and always surrounding them and how they were all after their money and they did not realize that until a certain type of situation happened and then they were like, yo, hold up, pause. I gave you this and this in return. You gave me nothing at all. As Jay-Z said about Kanye, I gave you 20 milli while you gave me 20 minutes on the stage. What the fuck was you thinking? See what I mean? A lot of fake people around there. And it's like the world is ruled by money. Money is the number one thing. Above money,
Yep.
there is nothing else. Everything is controlled by that.
Telling you, the billionaires are building their bunkers, nigga. They're building their fucking bunkers as we speak. Need that money. I gotta build
Shit.
my fucking shit
They're trying to
too.
go to Mars, bro.
All right. I gotta build my shit, dog.
Shit, I don't know, bro. They're going somewhere for sure. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. But then again, we'll make it too. So to you now, what do you think your answer to that question I asked you a couple of times before? Meaning of life. What is your meaning of life?
What's the meaning of life?
Yeah, bro, to you.
Bruh, that's uh man, I could answer that fucking question in multiple sentences, bro. Uh,
Pick whatever route you need. It's a long ass question for
I
sure.
don't know, bro. Yeah, I don't know. Like, because I don't even ask myself this question that much. Like I used to a lot back in the day, but now I just don't give a fuck like that. But
Yeah,
uh, I
I
don't know,
see.
nigga. Procreate. What the fuck?
So it's a hard question, bro. But in my personal opinion, that question is something every single nigga needs to know the answer to. Because depending on your meaning, you can see whether you are on the right track or on the wrong track. And if you are to then analyze your answer to that question, you can see what's going on with you. I mean, I know the relationship between you, your mind, and your body, and how you perceive that. So I'm gonna ask you about that. One thing for sure is
I could
meditation.
I could say that uh the meaning of life is to be, but niggas wouldn't understand that shit.
Yeah, they wouldn't understand that, bro.
Vague as shit.
And no one, if you say it's to be, and no one gonna understand it. It's like if me and you were to now mention something about dimensions or something, right? Or mention something about what happens next, or Messiah seed and stuff like that, and no one gonna understand what we mean. So them niggas gonna be thinking, yo, y'all just crazy, without doing some research and trying to see where we come from.
Right. Like when God said to Moses in the fucking Bible, nigga said, I am, nigga. Nigga said, who are you? He said, I am. Niggas don't understand that shit.
Exactly. And then, exactly. That's why I asked you. I was expecting something along that line of, to be. That's why I asked you a question because, like, what is you? I am. You know what I mean? Well, what's an I am? Nigga, the answer to that is I am. It's me. There is nothing more to it. You can think about it and see what I mean. Or you can be
Right.
a nigga who is still slave or a sheep. Pick your poison.
Man, this being woke shit, quote unquote woke shit be fucking like niggas be like, yo, if you're so woke, why do you still eat GMO food? Like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to fucking build my own farm and fucking
Hey,
fucking
we try,
plant my
bro.
own
Shit.
food, plant my own food and shit? Like,
But these niggas
bro,
don't understand, bro. Me, like, with me, the thing is, I try to not eat GMO food, but it's not something which is in my control. It is too above me. Have you seen how much that shit costs, bro?
exact dude, this
Shit.
shit, yeah, nigga, they make that shit cheap as fuck and it's everywhere, bro. Everywhere you fucking go. Like, come on now. Like,
It's a weird ass time, bro. But then again, is time even real, or is it just an illusion? I mean, it's like the thing is that the GMO food, not just GMO food, bad food in general, from meat products
yeah,
to the rest, it's
yeah,
everywhere now. It's everywhere, and the thing is, a lot of it is designed to control society. I was reading some studies recently about GMO food and stuff, and certain chemicals in some of our foods every day, and how they were used back in the day when they were trying to do some brain manipulation experiments and shit. A lot of the foods are even designed to manipulate you, to stop you from being who you really are. Um,
exact. That's what
a lot,
fluoride.
everything is an illusion.
Fluoride.
It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
bro. It's like people don't. When I say, bro, everything's an illusion. I'm not saying that, bro. Touch your skin. That's an illusion. That's not what I mean. I mean like everything around you is an illusion. None of it is for you. Everything is against you. There is no truth. What you learn in them schools is not really the truth. You learn a lie, a fallacy, and a bunch of made up shit. That's why when a nigga says to me now, I believe in flat earth, I'm like, you know what, bro? I respect you for questioning what you were taught. I don't support you. I mean, I think the earth is triangle, but I still support you for, for thinking about, the world's shape and everything. Shit, be you, King. Do what you gotta do.
Flat Earth theory is retarded, and that shit niggas don't even realize that shit was put into the mainstream media by fucking Freemasons. Y'all
Yeah,
stupid.
and Black Lives Matter. Fuck all y'all
Like
niggas too.
y'all don't even understand Illuminati. Illuminati will create their own conspiracies just to fucking because they know people are woke. They know some people are woke, right? So they will create their own conspiracies just to fuck with you, and that's one of them.
I mean, I have shown you them emails, bro. So, you know how it be.
You show me the what?
The emails.
The
You,
emails?
yeah, yeah, yeah. The ones from, you know what, that particular organization. That shit's real. People think this one-eyed thing is just a troll, or something. Nah,
Yo,
nigga.
wait, did you get that? You see that that screenshot I sent you of that nigga asking me if I was in an occult group
Yeah,
and joking and shit.
yeah,
Bro,
bro.
that shit was fucking. I died when I read that
Bro,
shit.
that shit was funny, bro. Hey, another thing was, one time I see one of your conversations in what they call it, on Discord somewhere. I don't know where, and a nigga was talking about how you are an Illuminati. Like, cuz what? Like, just because he says stuff different to you does not mean now he is in like some black magic voodoo shit or praying to an owl or something. This nigga is not Drake, bro. He is Young Samsara. He's not one of them. Better chill with your
This
shit.
this is the thing. This is what happens when you study this shit, nigga. Niggas are gonna start thinking you're a Satanist, all this other kind of shit. It's whatever, bro. Like
Bro, like
it's
that
hidden
blood oath
knowledge.
I made, bro, the one I sent you. I mean, someone said to me that I'm a Satanist now. No, nigga, you don't understand my meaning to that blood oath or what one even is. If I was to explain it to you, it would take more than a day, and I don't got that kind of time.
Right, nigga, and they wouldn't even comprehend. They wouldn't even be able to fucking repeat what you say. Like this shit is too deep.
Exactly.
Programming is way too fucking deep. Like this programming is gonna take decades just to fucking
Just to get rid of it,
uh
yeah. It's like
because
I
this is a new
recommend
age, right? Huh?
I recommend to a lot of people. And like people come to me asking me, "Yo, could you answer what you mean? Like, could you explain that to me?" I'm like, bro, just go read about the metaphysical realm. Go read about ontology. Go read about non-dualism. Go read about stuff like that. Go read about philosophy for once. Shit, listen
Exactly.
to Socrates for all I care. Because I think the society Socrates and Plato were in is the exact same one as today. It's just this one's more modernized because back then everyone was a sheep too. And he was asking questions and his questioning led to his death. Nowadays, same stuff happens over here. Everyone is believing in their own little corrupted philosophy, their own little corrupted side of worldview. And
Man,
I understand that I'm in no
people
position to judge, but that's just my opinion. And whenever someone questions it, or whenever someone exposes a lie within their truth, suddenly they become Julian Assange, fucked up his name completely, that nigga, or some other whistleblowers or other individuals. They just get killed instantaneously, or they get put in situations where they become slaves, for real slaves, not just mental slaves no more, physical slaves.
like niggas don't even understand this shit. It's so deep. Like it's too deep, bro.
They don't understand
America,
existence.
America is too deep in the shithole, man. I'm telling you.
Not just America, bro. Every single nation right now, most of the world is too deep in that shit. Maybe them Buddhist niggas over there in Tibet, they
Yeah,
have some type of knowledge.
Tibet. Some niggas. Yeah, like a lot of the niggas over in the east side, but America's in a shithole, bro.
For
Like
sure,
honestly.
bro. It's like if I was to ask someone uh, who they are, their answer is their name.
Oh my god,
Like,
you ask niggas. Oh my god,
you know
every
how sometime I come
damn
to you, I say to you, bro, who are you? Or something along
right.
those lines. Yeah. If I do that every now and then with some niggas, because I'm like, yo, let me just see, like, who's who real quick. And I be saying, yo, who are you? And they say their name. I'm like, bro,
These
but who
niggas
are
will
you?
say, yeah, I'm Rob Smith. I'm a fucking contractor. Like,
Yeah.
fuck,
My name is Joe Budden. I was known for being on Breakfast Club, bro, and I also made disrespectful songs towards 50 Cent and also the game, who absolutely body bagged me, bro. That's me. No, nigga, that ain't you. That's the persona. That's what you portray yourself to be. That's not you. Who the fuck is
right.
you? It's weird. It's like I don't really argument anymore. I don't really get into arguments anymore because I'm not sure what the acceptable method of argumentation with
I
which
don't.
to justify
I just,
metaphysical statements is.
bro. I just spit the facts, and I just if they don't, because regardless, they're gonna ponder on it. So I just spit the facts. If they want to believe it, they can believe it. If they want,
Yeah,
uh, it is what it is.
bro. I'm at a
Like,
point where I'm not too concerned about teaching others.
right.
Like there are some people. So if I was to learn something new, which I thought you don't know, you as a person have never heard about, I'll come to you and be like, "Yo, bro, look at this." But that's because like,
That's because I'm open to shit.
but it's not
Once
even
you
that. It's also like because
oh
I
shit.
care about you. Like if you were not open to it, I would still try because I care about you. You my bro. Like I would force you into listening. I would not care what you say. But then there's other people who I'm like, yo, honestly, I would try, but you not as open minded, and besides, it would take more than a year to even go through with it. And I don't have that kind of energy. That's too much time wasted. So do you, bro? If that's your truth or your definition of truth, believe it. I don't really care about it no more.
Right. Like I tried to explain to this one nigga. I told you I had a new Christian nigga at work.
Yeah, you told me about it.
Uh, tried to explain to this nigga that this place is hell, and he's like, oh, I don't understand, because Christians have that fucking concept of heaven and hell, whatever.
Yeah, they do.
I told him, I was like, yo, so let me ask you this, right? Because nothing, because the things that happen here are fucking terrible. The most terrible things happen here. Nothing more terrible here. Nothing more terrible in hell can happen, right?
Bro, kids
So
die every single day, bro. Amount of dead bodies me and you have seen, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
I asked this nigga, I was like, so when you die, right? You don't take your physical body, right? He's like, yeah, you don't take your physical body. I was like, so if you don't take your fucking physical body when you die and go to heaven or hell, how the fuck do you burn forever if you don't have a fucking physical body? You can't feel shit. So how is that more painful than experiencing shit here? If you can't even feel the shit, you're just
Hey, bro,
burning.
my
You're just
soul does, bro. What you mean? My soul got them connects. I can feel everything.
like I was trying to explain this shit. This nigga's like, oh shit, that's a good point. Like,
Bro,
of course it's a fucking good point. I got you in a corner. Like I put these niggas in corners and then they end up questioning their whole fucking religion. Like
yeah.
Christianity is the main religion I can fucking destroy if you really
Bro,
want me to.
same, bro. Amount of
I will
times I done
destroy
that
that shit.
shit on Discord, bro. I made so many niggas convert, dog. Like,
Exactly.
some of them became Hindus, which I'm not too proud of. But even then, that's better than who they were going to be. Because I ain't got nothing against Christianity, by the way. I don't got nothing against it. It's just that I care more about truth than I care about your feelings.
Exactly.
And I don't give a fuck what you think, what you believe in. As far as I'm concerned, the truth is the truth.
Christianity isn't a bad religion. It's a twisted fucking religion, bro.
It really is, bro. You're
Like
born a sinner.
the original Christians knew that Christ wasn't a fucking actual person. Fucking they knew that shit. But what's his name? I think it was Constantine or someone.
Yeah.
Uh, fucking completely
Someone in the Roman
completely
side of things who did it.
yeah, completely changed the fucking Christian uh uh beliefs, and he like he added like pagan shit and pagan satanic shit into it, making it seem like they're worshiping Jesus, but
Oh,
they're
like
actually
Christmas,
worshiping.
bro. Like
Yeah,
Christmas. You
yeah,
think
that's
that shit
Christian.
was real? That shit
Huh?
is a pagan holiday. Christmas ain't no beautiful holiday for Christ. Christ wasn't even born then.
Of
I
course.
mean, that shit was a pagan holiday back in the day. This is like something which was
And
very
people don't
big.
even know this shit, bro. Like niggas, I'll be like, yo, you know what fucking Saturnalia was, or whatever the fuck it was called back in the day, the fucking winter
Yeah,
solstice shit. They'll be like, no, I don't know what that is. That's fucking that's 12. That's where the 12 days of Christmas comes from. Like these niggas would
exactly.
sacrifice, these niggas would sacrifice people and shit. Like, bro, people don't understand this shit. It's deep. It's deep, man. You see the world completely uh um getting rid of Christmas as a fucking holiday in the next year. Like,
Bro, it's not
bro,
gonna happen. What you mean?
exactly. That
It's
shit is
like
too deep.
it's
It's
too
too
deep, bro. It's
deep.
a profit. It's profit making, bro. Who makes profit out
It's
of it? Coca Cola and shit.
exactly. It's too deep. These niggas, bro,
It's
these niggas are celebrating satanic shit and they don't even realize it. And they have the nerve to talk to me about, oh, you're a Satanist. You study this kind of shit.
exactly, and they
Fuck
have the
out of here.
nerve to call me and you a Satanist.
All right.
Like, my nigga, what? How could I be a Satanist? I'm not the one praying to a false prophet. I'm not the one sitting there every Christmas looking at a man with blonde hair and blue eyes on the cross, riding his dick, sucking on his nuts, bro, giving him mad top. That's not me. That's not me, bro. I don't believe in that shit. That ain't me. I, bro, keep
Yo,
that shit away from me. How could I be anything close
yo,
to
these
you?
niggas, these niggas are funny as shit. Eh? I used to what's it called? I don't I'm pretty sure I told you this shit. The same nigga I was telling you about earlier, the Christian nigga.
Yeah.
I was talking about ghosts and shit.
Yeah, yeah, you
People,
told me about one thing.
yeah, that nigga's like goat. I
Yeah.
don't like goat. I'm like, what do you mean? This nigga's like, that's fucking Satan, bro. I'm like, what?
Yeah, you told me about that stuff, bro. But then if you were to ask him what's the spirit, he would say at first like it's like a ghost, but then bro, if it's like a ghost, it's like Satan, then nigga, what's wrong with you? What you like thinking about? What's wrong with your brain, bro? What's wrong with your mind? Sometimes, bro, like this is happening a lot more recently. I be like trying to find people, and I'm just like, bro, just let me see what's going on in your mind right now. Just open up, show me your subconscious, let me learn, let me indulge into that. That'll sound good, bro. Just like there are some people here and there who I'll be meeting, and I'm just like, bro, open up, bro. Just let me see what's in your mind right now. What you thinking about? And when I like when I like try to listen to them and see what they believe in, shit gets crazy. Like this bitch today told me that her God is not all powerful. So I'm like, bro, how could that be a God then? So anyone who can become a little bit more powerful than him is then your God? She says, yeah.
Hold up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
All right,
But the world is a crazy place.
man. I don't know, man. That shit.
Bro,
I'm
you
telling
know
you, the
that
programming is deep.
Socrates said back in his time that true knowledge exists in knowing that you know nothing at all. And he said that I know
Right.
that I'm intelligent because I know that I know nothing at all.
Right.
The reason why I say that is because if you talk to a Christian and you ask them, yo, what do you know? They say, I know all about afterlife and this life and how to live this life. Well, a person who claims that knows nothing at all because how could you know everything? And if you really knew
That's
everything based on this religion, then why are we in so many different fucked up situations right now?
yeah.
It's
That's why I always say. That's why I always say I know a lot, but I also know nothing.
another thing people like to talk about often is love, bruh. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, because the hottest love has the coldest tint to it. That shit is not as positive as what it seems. I mean, as far as
Right.
I'm concerned, there's only one good, that's knowledge, and one evil, that's ignorance to knowledge. And what knowledge tells me is love is evil as hell. That's why it says evil instead of love when you spell it backwards.
It's deep, man. That's also another thing. People don't understand that the English language is coded, bro.
Bro, hell yeah, they don't understand
Like,
none of that
dude,
shit.
like, what's it called? God backwards is dog, right? Dogma. Like, people don't get this shit, dog.
Yeah, that's why I be calling you dog, cause you know we had a chat about that one time and how I personally think that as far as your own life is concerned, you are its own god. Therefore, you are my dog.
Right.
I mean, some people listening to this pod will say, "Yo, niggas, y'all homo as fuck." Nah, nigga, we just keep it real.
Oh,
It's a weird kind of situation going on, bro. Because right now, the way society is, the end is near. Because destroyed by the ways that our current leads is the only way this thing will end until there is a new beginning again. And then these people will be following the same exact path, falling victim to the exact same people, uh, and the self deception will lead to all deceptions and will lead to their end. Again, it's a cycle that happens all the time. Look in our history of this planet. We had great ice ages, which resulted in death of everything there. I mean, the Great Flood of Noah is an example, I guess, how most of the world died off. These new
yep.
beginnings happen all the time, and now we're coming to a point where it's happening again because look at statistics. Statistically, right now we are in a very deep situation. We in deep waters right now, bro. We right now surrounded by so many piranhas, bro. So many sharks and shit. It's crazy. Shit is
Nah,
not
bro.
as good as it seems.
The awakening age is now, bro. Trust me. It's gonna take a while, definitely, but it's definitely now. I mean, that's why the American government is trying to what's it called? That's why the American government is trying to control all the internet. Because once they control all the internet, they can control what you're seeing.
Bro, the amount of shit they be putting out here, bro, it's crazy. I mean, from aliens to Earth is splitting in half to just a bunch of different weird stuff. And then like this thing with IQ now, it's like a new trend. Bro, as far as I'm concerned, your intelligence without ambition is like a bird without wings. Like fuck is you gonna do with it? And
That's the same thing with knowledge and action. If you got knowledge but you take no action, you don't apply it. What are you gonna fucking do, right?
for real, bro, we are all philosophical zombies. We look and act like we exist, but we don't do or say what they don't say. Because as far as we as a persona, as a person come, we're not necessarily real to ourselves. We
Mhm.
don't necessarily feel anything. It's the thought. We think that we feel something. I mean, talk to someone who feels love, ask him to explain that feeling to you. See what their answer is. Since we don't exist, everything around you, from your feelings to your emotions, that's the same thing really. To the knowledge you preach, it's all an illusion. Illusion of feeling. I mean, the world's an illusion, so shit, it's all crazy.
It's wild, man.
But then again, bro, as Park said, life goes on, bro. Whether you choose to move on or take a chance in the unknown or stay behind, locked in the past, the life goes on. And life ain't got no ending to it. And time is a weird little thing as well. Because not only does it make you as a person, it also breaks you, forgets you, and next thing you know, it'll resurrect another you in someone else.
Man, people just need knowledge of self. That's it. That shit will save you.
For real. Because at the end of the day, bro, like when you make it, people will say to you, you have special talent. When I make it, they'll say the same thing to me. It's not that, bro. I have no special talent. It's only that I'm passionately curious. And that's how it's forever going to be. You can never take that away from me. You can lock me up, you can break me apart, piece by piece, bone by bone, but you'll never take that away from me. I'll forever be curious. And I'll forever be hunting for new knowledge. Open mind is the best thing to have because accepting one thing to be your only truth is you limiting what you can learn in the future. And opening yourself up and knowing that you know nothing is you opening up many doors and learning many new things.
Mm, that's very
I
true.
mean, Einstein ran into that stuff, bro, because when he came up with special theory of relativity and just normal one too, general one too, what he did was he his theory pointed towards there being dimensions and stuff, and just like some other stuff which he just could not believe because he thought this universe was as it is. He thought this does not expand at all, but that's not true as we now know. But he was so stuck on this thing with nothing can move no more, everything is still, that he changed his theory and then made it so that his theory takes away this thing about universe being forever growing and stuff. Later on in his lifetime, when we start to see evidence of redshift and all that kind of stuff, he made a little interview of some sort where he said that his biggest regret was to not be open minded or as open minded as he could be. Because for him to not be that resulted in his theory not being complete and him not being the first person to come up with his theory of an eternal universe which is forever expanding. Even he fell victim to it. Who the fuck is me and you?
Right. I mean, Einstein had the keys, bro.
Bro, yeah, bro. He had the keys, bro. Shit.
That nigga
But
was
then
the real
again, bro,
outlet. He had the real keys, nigga.
I mean, you have them too, in my opinion.
Facts, nigga. Once you have knowledge of yourself, nigga, you get the keys.
For sure. I mean, for you, it's like what I would say is the only thing I was concerned about originally was the thing with money and everything, because work and all that kind of stuff. Because that takes so much time away from you, bro, that
Right.
you start to forget your dream and you start to become deluded and you start to forget who you are. Let's
No,
not
that's
forget
a fact.
that
Because
paycheck.
this is the thing, bro. This is the thing, right? See, I know, right? I have knowledge of self, right? Even though I have fucking knowledge of self, I still find myself getting caught. Like I can
It happened a
literally,
few times. I remember a few weeks ago.
yeah, bro. Like I can literally, like I just be working sometimes, and I can fucking, I just be like, yo, like I'm way too caught up in this shit right now.
Remember the time when you broke your CD,
Yeah,
your game? That was like one of the recent ones because I was like, yo, bro, hold up. Why are you caring about this? Like, you're not too invested in it at all. Like, you're not like angry, but you are still invested enough for it to be a thing distracting you from doing something else. Which is why that day I was like, bro, meditate. Why you forgetting who you was? And you kind of was triggered because you was like, yo, bro, I forgot who I am. But from my perspective, I was like, yo, hold up, bro. So you taking this shit as offense. Like, you were angry about it. You cared enough about it to tell me about it, which is caring more than what you should be caring about. That made
oh,
no sense, but you get my point.
you're talking about the headphones.
Yeah, headphones. My bad, that's a CD. Yeah, headphones.
No, cause I broke a CD too. Remember, I broke that fucking shit. But
Yeah, that was the other one before. Yeah, I remember.
yeah, my yeah, my headphones. I was pissed about that shit. That shit. Cause I bought those that day, yo. That shit fucking
But then, why care about it? Because you know exactly what's gonna happen next day. Wash your skin shit.
exactly.
Nigga, we going back to return that shit. This shit was broken from get go. I ain't breaking.
That's why I'm saying, um, if you don't have knowledge of self, you get too caught up in this fucking shit. Like even when I'm aware, when I have self awareness, I still have moments where I get caught up in this motherfucking matrix. Man, it's crazy. It's really wild.
That's why that day I was ranting to you, bro. Like, nigga, meditate. Don't care about it. I triggered you for sure, though. I could tell by the way you were typing that day, bro. You was triggered. It's
You
like,
said you
how
triggered
dare
me.
this nigga tell me I don't know who I am? Well, you was Nigga, you if I would have been in front of you then, bro, you would have killed me on spot.
Nah, I was already pissed, bro. That shit was. I was like, no fucking way, because I was trying to make some shit too. My shit broke.
It's all good though, bro. Meditate. As J. Cole said, stop medicating, meditate. That's why I
No,
was saying to you yesterday,
no.
yeah, nigga, don't medicate, just meditate. Niggas, that's why I was saying to you now to cut this prescription as well. Because in a weird way, this is also medication. How can you preach about this when you are still medicating?
Nah, that shit. That medication is meditation, bro. Trust me.
Nah, nigga, meditation is not this medication. It's different.
Trust me.
I mean, maybe this can help you meditate, but this is not meditation.
I was gonna say smoke some shit and meditate, nigga. Trust me.
I tried it a few times, bro.
Mm.
I mean, it's all good, bro. So what you be up to nowadays, bro?
Like the same shit, bro. Just recording, making money.
Nigga, shut your broke ass up. You ain't made no money.
Yeah, nigga. I made 40 fucking dollars today. Me,
This nigga. What you gonna do with a 40, bro?
nigga. Buy a month's worth of Arizona, nigga.
This
Fucking keep me fucking hydrated while I'm in the fields picking that cotton.
nigga.
These motherfucking
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You live the youth nigga lifestyle. This nigga. For real, bro. On the real though, yeah. You be wilding out every now and then though. Like every now and then you be wilding out for sure. But bro, hopefully this next step is about to be the shit in terms of blowing up and shit. Because after that you ain't gotta work no more. And with that comes more time for you to self reflect and learn more knowledge. Learning is a major key. Knowledge is major key.
yo. That's another fucking thing about waking up, bro. Like this is
The
another
flame
thing
don't see
why
the
I
same.
don't. This is why when niggas call themselves spiritual, like niggas will be like, yo, if you're so spiritual, why are you fucking making money still? Why do you still have a job? Like niggas don't understand, bro. If you're constantly worrying about money problems and shit, you're not gonna be spiritual fucking healthy. You're gonna be too stressed out and shit, depressed, all that shit, right?
Mm.
Well, that's why you always have to have a balance. Niggas don't understand that shit, bro.
And
Like
also, bro,
economics, just because you're spiritual doesn't mean economics isn't important. That's fucking retarded.
exactly. And also, bro, how you gonna eat food then? How will you
Right,
exist? Because
right,
yeah, you change up, but that don't mean society change up.
exactly. Like
So
you grew up in a materialistic society. You're not gonna fucking just
you have
complete.
to be inside the system and then break the system from inside out.
Right.
The system doesn't break on its own. It has to be broken from inside.
That's
That's
what I'm
the
saying. That's what I'm
that's the
saying.
beauty of the system itself.
Black businesses. You gotta support black businesses in America. They don't want black businesses to flourish. Trust me.
For real, that's one of the things for sure.
They'll do the same shit that they did. What's it called? A couple years ago to Black Wall Street. That's how you know when niggas are really afraid of your success. When a nigga will bomb your whole shit just because you got a little bit more wealth in them, or just because you're coming up. Nigga will bomb your whole block. It's crazy.
For sure, because they're scared of you. They're scared of what you can do.
Exactly. All right.
They don't want you to be there, Ken. They don't want you to be who you is. They can't allow you to succeed because your success means their demise. So how dare a black man open up a business real quick?
Right.
I mean, it's just a bunch of weird ass shit, dog. The world is a weird ass place.
All right, man. Let's wrap this shit up.
Hell yeah, let's wrap it up, bro. That's what I was about to say too. I mean,
How long was
shit.
it?
Now we ain't taking no year-long hiatuses.
Nah, nigga.
Shit, maybe
The,
who
the, the
knows?
hiatus,
Check
the
us
hi,
next week.
yeah, the hiatus is officially fucking broken, nigga.
Yeah, bro, we broke it now. Hell yeah, we just done broke it, and now we ain't got no excuse either because this is the first one out. Now, if we're really about the ground like we claim we is, we gotta come back next week and the week after.
Yeah,
Cause I mean, this been I think 40, 49 minutes or something, bro, something like that. But the
49.
thing is that we ain't got no more options now because the moment we made the decision to do this today, we made the decision to make a comeback. And as soon as that intent comes in our heart, we have to be real with it. We have to run with it. Otherwise, we're lying to ourselves.
Right.
You got anything to say before I end it?
Nah, not really. Just look forward to that good shit, that good information,
Shit.
that
I'm a
value.
track with this nigga, bro, because I'm
Yeah,
telling y'all, this is about to be lyrical. I
yeah,
get competitive easy. I'm about to body every single nigga on that tape. All y'all niggas watching, bro. Anyone on that tape, bro, y'all better get ready, bro. Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm the greatest ever, nigga. Shit. I'm the one your mama warned you about. You better bow down to King, nigga. I'm only playing.
alright, nigga.
I bet. Stop. I bet. Stop. I bet. Stop. I bet. Stop. I bet.